Hi everyone. I just want to share my opinion on the Buga sphere, a unique and intriguing event that took place in Buga, Department of Valle del Cauca, in Colombia on the 2nd of March 2025. And there has been a lot of speculation and sensationalism regarding this particular event. So many videos appeared suddenly on YouTube debunking the event. They jumped into early conclusions, categorically stating that this was fake. Assertions mostly based on subjectiveness. I think the nature of most of those YouTube channels is basically that, to cause controversy, to contradict, to accuse and fuel speculation. That is the nature of the business because they need the views to make a living. YouTube pays them based on the number of views they have. Now, the beauty of this case is that it's not just anecdotal evidence that we have in here, but there is physical evidence. We have a physical artifact in our hands. And this sets this event completely apart from any other UAP event, recent event. Before I proceed, I like to give credit to David Velez El Potro and to Jaime Maussan of Tercer Milenio Television for putting the artifact, the sphere, in the hands of reputable scientists for analysis or investigation. Back in early March 2025, an spherical object was spotted by many people traversing the sky of Buga, Colombia. The object was spotted zigzagging through the sky in a way that defies the movement of a conventional aircraft. It traversed the sky in a very unusual way, sometimes going slow, sometimes going fast, moving away, getting closer, and then suddenly changing speed and direction. At some point, it seemed to have malfunctioned when it hit high voltage electricity cables, and as a result, it lost altitude and maneuverability and eventually landed, and it was later recovered by a local man. Later on, the sphere was handed over to a Mexican university to undergo rigorous scientific analysis and test. I tell you what, let's take a look at the video. Let me play for you. There we go. Right, what is it? Oh, okay, I can see it. I can see some electricity pillars or towers. There it is. That's the object. Bit far away. I can. It's a little bit too far. Oh, I lost it now. I lost it. Where is it? Where is it gone? Mountains in the background, houses, but the object, I don't see it anymore. Okay, the guy who is recording is trying to spot it again. It's not an easy task, because and the video is a little bit shaky. That's a better shot. It is. Look at that. That's a lovely shot. Definitely a solid object. That's a beautiful shot. Look at the background, the sky in the background, and it is definitely metallic. It is reflecting the sunlight, isn't it? Well, that is close. Okay, there you go. There you go. It's losing. I saw some flashes. It lost. Yeah, I can see flashes. Is that a bird getting closer? It looks like a bird is interested in the object, or the other way around. Is the object taking a look at the bird or something. I mean, it's staying stationary and now slow down a little bit. More flashes. More flashes. Is that an indication of interference with the atmosphere? He lost altitude. Definitely, he's going down. He's going down. Wow! He's going down. Goodness me! He just dropped. What's going on? Just crash landed or descended, but he just went down. He's the local man. He must be with a friend. A friend is recording. He's following him. He's checking out. He's looking for it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'll tell you what, this is absolutely historic. In the books of ufology, this is unique. I mean, now this guy is going for it. I mean, and this guy he's absolutely fearless. Look, I mean, like if I was him, you know, I'd be scared of picking up something that all of a sudden fell from the sky. It is the size of a football, maybe a basketball. The guy is going for it. He's picking it up. That is amazing. Goodness me. Look at that.
Habla con cuidado. No la levantar todavía.
The guy's
Cuidado.
friend is saying, just pick it up. Be careful. Be careful.
¿Pesa mucho?
He's asking how much does he weigh. He's saying about 2 kilos. That was absolutely crazy. This is absolutely amazing, to be honest. I mean, this is a unique event, and I lost the signal. Okay, cool. That was beautiful. This is a section of a recent report released by the university. So the scientists spent many weeks analyzing, investigating the object, the sphere, and they released this report. This is a section of it. What this states is that 42% of the area might contain fiber optics. The sphere have 3 sections. The middle section, the belt or equator of the sphere, has about 31 little holes, and then what they done is they scraped out materials from one of the holes and put that under the microscope, and they realized that this has 52 fiber optics. That little sample has 52 fiber optics with an average diameter of 210 microns. That is absolutely groundbreaking. The sphere consists of 3 distinct parts, and there is no sign of welds. We don't know how this is put together. So we have a north hemisphere. You can see the equator. You see those little holes. That's the middle section of the sphere, what we call the belt. And then we have the south hemisphere. So what it is puzzling is that we don't know how this is put together because there is no sign of welds. On the top section of the sphere, on the north hemisphere, there is an engraved design, which is beautiful. At the center of that design, there is something that resembles a microchip. That's what it looks like. 7 copper points are located above the middle section of that design. In the middle section, you have 2 equidistant copper points, and below the middle section, you have another 7 copper points. And in the middle, you have a square section which resembles a chip with a hole. So this is absolutely amazing, and basically what it is assumed is that because fiber optics are involved, it's assumed that this could be like an antenna for communication purposes. So what's happening here if you put the dots together, is that somehow the sphere, which is traversing the skies, and not just in Buga, Colombia. I mean, spheres are spotted everywhere nowadays, in America, Russia, USA, UK. We have video evidence of many spheres. I mean, what's different here is we have physical evidence now. But what I'm trying to say is that it is assumed that this serves as communication device, this north section of the sphere. So through fiber optics, the sphere is collecting information from the atmosphere. So it's like a surveying the atmosphere. And then through the antennas, it's broadcasting this information somewhere else. That's the assumption. And that's absolutely groundbreaking. Tomography was done on the sphere as well. And that resulted in this picture that you see at the bottom, which is revealing, it revealed an internal device. It's a kind of mechanism. And the assumption in here is this device rotates internally and then produces a static electricity, which might be the mechanism for the sphere to be able to levitate and gain lift and move around. Great. Next, I'll show you an interview with conducted by Jaime Maussan of Tercer Milenio Television, Mexican YouTube channel. He carried out an interview with one of the engineers of the university, and let's take a look at that. This interview is in Spanish. I'll do my best to provide the translation, so I'll be stopping the video frequently. And this is just a section of the interview. You can visit Jaime Maussan's YouTube channel to take a look at the full interview. There's many videos on the Buga sphere on this YouTube channel. I recommend you subscribe or visit the channel and take a look at it. All the evidence, all the scientific reports are actually released through this channel. So yeah, it's a lot of amazing information. Let me play the video for you.
Que uno de los usos primordiales de la fibra óptica es en el área de las telecomunicaciones, lo que nos lleva a preguntarnos ¿qué es realmente esta esfera?
Right, so what this is saying is that we know that fiber optics are mainly used in telecommunication, and this makes us wonder what this sphere really is. Let's carry on.
El ingeniero Rodolfo Garrido nos da su punto de vista respecto a lo hallado por los especialistas.
Engineer Rodolfo Garrido expresses his opinion on the results released by the scientists.
Ingeniero Rodolfo Garrido, tienes en tus manos el informe de la Universidad sobre la esfera de Buga. ¿Qué dice?
So Maussan is asking Rodolfo, look Rodolfo, you have the report findings in your hands. Tell us what this is about.
Se encontró una diferencia, fue en la presencia de fibras, que en su momento yo estaba ahí, Jaime, cuando en el laboratorio se sospechaba, porque se estaba viendo que era posible que hubiera fibras ópticas, no había certeza.
So Rodolfo mentions that the report confirms the presence of fiber optics, and this is something that they suspected before the test. They assumed the presence of fiber optics prior to this report.
Entonces se tomó la decisión de tomar una muestra, raspar unas partes del polímero de la esfera, se pusieron en una bolsa 6-7 miligramos de material, se llevó a un análisis más profundo con equipos más sofisticados, más potentes, y se pudo descubrir entonces la presencia de fibra que en esas imágenes estaba destrozada.
Right, so what Rodolfo is saying is like they took about 6 or 7 milligrams sample. It was scraped out from the polymer, and they took the sample for deep analysis with sophisticated and powerful equipment. And this equipment, the results of this test, confirm the presence of fiber optics. Let's carry on.
La fibra óptica estaba destrozada por la mecánica que se utilizó para sacar la muestra. Posteriormente, ante su hallazgo, sabemos entonces que efectivamente la investigación que hizo la universidad sí detecta y estima que hay presencia de fibra óptica.
Okay, he goes on to say, look, that in fact the result of the investigation confirms the presence of fiber optics in the sphere. The sample was a little bit distorted when they took it because they have to force it out, but after the results, it shows that there are fiber optics in the sphere.
¿Qué tan importante es esto?
Para mí es muy
Maussan is asking, how important is this? And now Rodolfo is expressing his opinion again.
importante porque la fibra óptica, esto ya no es parte de la universidad, ya es mi argumento personal, y profundizaremos esto más adelante con los expertos diferentes. La fibra óptica sirve mucho como sensores. La fibra óptica puede sensar la atmósfera, la temperatura, el ambiente, o sea, lo que es la presión atmosférica, la humedad, pero también puede sensar el agua y sus condiciones y sus componentes.
So Rodolfo is saying that, in his opinion, I mean, this is not, the scientific report doesn't say that, but what he concludes with that report, based on his experience, and he's a well-known engineer in the field, in his opinion, fiber optics on the sphere act as sensors. And fiber optics can measure atmospheric pressure, temperature, humidity, as well as water content in components. It can measure soil components, even living tissues.
La tierra, por ejemplo, también con tejidos vivos también pueden ser sensados. Evidentemente tiene repercusión importante que haya fibra en la esfera, porque de alguna manera esa fibra le da presencia, aparte de tecnológica, inteligente. ¿Por qué? Porque alguien está observando desde ahí y está tomando información también desde ahí. Por eso inteligente.
And he concludes that the fact that the sphere contains fiber optics makes a difference. It gives a different dimension to these findings, because it means that there is intelligence. It is an intelligent, controlled technology, because it seems as if somebody is actually using the sphere to observe us and collect information, and that information is sent somewhere else. What he's saying is that we really have to investigate further. That's what he's saying.
Encontrar fibra óptica en una esfera que fue videograbada, se grabó su descenso, un video que ya fue analizado por diversos investigadores que confirmaron su autenticidad, y encontrar que esta esfera que bajó tiene fibra óptica, que 52 de estas fibras ópticas fueron identificadas por la universidad, que fue identificado su grosor, su tamaño. ¿A dónde lleva esta esfera?
No.
Right, so Jaime is actually recollecting the events, the fact that we have videotape evidence that is being recorded by different people. The fact that the findings come out saying that the sphere has fiber optic. I mean, what does this mean for the scientific community, really? All this information that we have, what's the next step? What's going to happen? What is the importance and how significant is this for the whole world?
No sabemos, Jaime. Es lo que tenemos que buscar.
Okay, we know for a fact that This event took place in Buga, Colombia. Right, so Colombia, like Mexico and Brazil, seems to be a hotspot for UAP activity lately. It is a big place. It's a country with 52.3 million inhabitants, located in South America with a rich biodiversity, 2 oceans, the Andes mountain range. It's a huge country. And Buga is located southwest of Colombia. It's a province, it's a department of Colombia. Colombia has how many departments? I think it's got 32 departments. Let's take a look at Google. Let's find out more about Buga. So let me switch to Google. Let's take a look. Right. Let's type in Buga, Colombia. There you go. So if I go to, it seems to be a nice place. Nice. That's the nice countryside as well. Let's click on it. Yeah, so it's one of the oldest towns or cities in Colombia, based on this information. There you go. It used to be called Guadalajara de Buga, and it's a very religious place. Colombian people are very religious, and I'm Colombian myself, and I know that in Buga there is a church, a basilica. It's called El Señor de los Milagros, the Lord of the Miracles. And a lot of people go to this place because it has a special spiritual energy. So I think it's about 3.5 million visit Buga every year, mostly pilgrims. Let's take a look at some of the pictures that we have in here. A nice kind of town. That's the church, the basilica, surrounded by mountains. So it's nice, clean place. Right. So that's the location. So that's Colombia. Yeah. So that's Valle del Cauca. Yeah. Department, and Buga is to the southwest of northwest actually of the Valle del Cauca department. Oh, that's great. Okay, the sphere was videotaped by 2 different individuals, Jose's friend and a lady called Maria. These recordings were made from 2 different locations. Jose's video was shot from fields in the Alto Bonito neighborhood, whereas Maria's was recorded from a place in proximity to some military headquarters of the Palace Battalion. I would like to dig a bit deeper and see whether I can locate these recording sites in Google Maps. And this is based on some of the landmarks that I noticed on the videos. It might not be 100% accurate, but it will give us an idea. So let's jump into Google Maps, shall we? Okay, I just done a search on Google. The sighting, Jose's sighting, took place in Loma de la Cruz in the Alto Bonito fields, and they were actually in here near the cross, near this cross, and from here they started recording the sphere zigzagging across the sky, and he actually descended not far away from this cross. It was about say 50, 100 meters from here. Let's take a look in Google Maps. So we're searching for, what are we searching for? Loma de la Cruz. Okay, so let's try again. Loma de la Cruz in Buga. Loma de la Cruz, Buga. Okay, so right, there you go. I found it. Right, that's what it is. That's what it is. So Parque Alto Bonito neighborhood is here, and on these fields is where the Loma de la Cruz is located. Exactly it. Excellent. So this Loma de la Cruz, this cross, it's not far away from the main road, from the houses. Let's measure that from here to the street, over 200 meters, so it's not far off. And the crow and the actual sphere descended probably from here to, let's say, somewhere here, yeah, less than 100 meters, even less than that, I think. Yeah, from here to here, yeah, 70 meters. And that's the place where Jose went all the way down to pick it up. That's what we saw in the video. So that's Jose and friends sighting. So we determined it is exactly this place. Let's take a look at Maria's video. I'm not too certain about that location, but I feel that we searched for Palace, was it Palace Battalion, Buga, Colombia. Let's see what we get. Okay, so right, yeah, somewhere here, and it must have been near this place. Yeah, this is the battalion, the headquarters. That's right. So it must have been from these fields where Maria sighted the sphere and started recording. Right, so that's very interesting. But at least we know the geolocation of those two sightings, and it put things more into perspective. Because when you look at those videos, you see the town in the background, you see the mountains, and you see the location of the sightings and the place where Jose and friend and also Maria were at that time. So that's really interesting. Let's enjoy this video. This is Maria's video. It's absolutely superb. Let's run it. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, crystal clear. This sphere has full definition and solidity.
¿Qué carajos?
What the hell? She's surprised. Maria is very surprised. She's saying, what the hell is happening here? Goodness me. Wow, look at that. Oh, it's dropping. It's dropping. Where is it?
Y un globo no es.
What she's saying, this is definitely not a balloon. It is not a balloon. That's what she is saying.
Eso se ve como algo extraño.
She's saying this looks like something very, very strange. Definitely it is, because if all of a sudden I start videoing this, something which I never seen in my life, is you get really surprised.
Yeah. Ah, es súper rápido.
It's going really fast.
Es
Really
una
fast.
pelota, no es ni un
It's not a football, it's not a balloon, that's what she's saying.
globo.
And she's doing a great job because, to be honest, being able to follow or record a moving object in the sky is not easy with your mobile, so you have to be really good at it.
Un globo no es.
She's saying it's
Eso
definitely
es
not a
otra
balloon,
cosa.
it's something else.
Y estamos acercando.
She's getting closer. I saw something in this shot. It was really, really brief. I like to analyze this later on because I think I saw all of a sudden something appearing in view, but I'll take a look later. Oh, look at that! That is an absolute beauty. Look at how crisp the sphere looks. So it shows it's a solid object. The south hemisphere is looking dark. Is this an indication that that section of the sphere has different temperature? I'm not sure. And then you got that white section of it, which is close to the belt. And again, the power lines are close by. This is a beautiful shot. Oh, look at that. That's another beautiful shot. Oh, something came up. It's probably my eyes, but I'm noticing things in the background. Beyond the actual sphere. Okay, now it's behaving erratically, isn't it? I can see the pile, these towers, these electricity towers on the hill. Yeah.
Mira cómo alumbra de varios colores. Eso es como metálico, ¿cierto?
Yeah, I think the way she's interpreting this, she's saying, look how it lights up in different colors. It is metallic and it's lighting up. But I don't think it is to do with the sphere showing different colors. I think it's the reflection of the background scenery, which is green, the greenery. I think that's what it is. It's going all the way up again. Oh, I saw the flashes. I noticed flashes in there. Oh, something just crossed by real quick. Might have been a bird. Again, I need to analyze this video, and the only way I can do this is basically go frame by frame. Maybe I'll be using DaVinci Resolve for that purpose. I want to take it frame by frame because I think something is going on in the background. When this sighting occurred, I really quickly noticed some faint objects in the background, which I need to determine what those objects really are. The only way you can do this is by, dissecting the video and going frame by frame very slowly. I'll take a look at that later. Lovely shot. Can you see the line of high tension cables on the mountain ridges? But the sphere is far away from those right now, so getting close. Bye. Okay, so it is appearing from the frame. Okay, there it is. This is another shot. Not as clear as the one we saw before, but still, nevertheless, really good. So it's a good length video actually. She managed to record the object for a period of time and follow its trajectory, which is important because in most cases the video evidence that you have is very short-lived. This is not the case here. Right.
Mira, mira cómo se mueve a mera velocidad.
Okay, what she's saying is, look, it's moving so quick. So it keeps going back and forth, up and down, as if it's kind of surveying, I mean, like, you know, going places and reacting to those places in some capacity. Ah, there you go, power lines. Again, there seems to be something else in the background as well. If you go one line down, all the way down, it seems to be another sphere at the bottom. That's actually a bird. Okay, that's actually a bird. Anyway, so like this is absolutely superb. I mean, we have this evidence. It's a long video. I mean, relatively. It shows the flight pattern of this flying sphere. It shows that it is a solid, spheric, and metallic object, and it's in the sky. What else can we say? Beautiful. Okay, here we are. When we were looking through Maria's video, I noticed something in the background, and I said to you guys, I need to take this further because I noticed something in the background, and I said I want to go to DaVinci Resolve, slow things down, and check frame by frame, and this is what I came up with. So I froze this frame. I mean, and you can clearly see 4 spherical spheres in the background. They only appear for a millisecond, basically, really quick, and then they just disappear, really quick. They're far away, or they look to be far away, although the top one is really close to the sphere. I mean, this is my personal opinion, and you can make of it whatever you want. But in my view, my personal view, especially look at the top sphere. So they are escorting, or they are working in conjunction with the main sphere, doing the research or surveillance or whatever they're doing. And these 4 spheres, perhaps they noticed that there was a malfunction. Again, I'm speculating here, and they probably wanted to help or something, and which they realized, well, they could do nothing about, and they just went away. Because after these frames, then you start noticing flashes, which might indicate malfunctioning of the sphere mechanism or devices, based on, because maybe some interference, atmospheric interference, maybe it was the radiation from the cables, or the static electricity mechanism of the sphere malfunction and could no longer produce the right static electricity charges to continue with the flight and to be able to accelerate and move away. So at that point, when the other sphere, we're talking about that, assuming that there is intelligent control, someone or somebody or something is actually controlling the trajectory and the purpose of the spheres in our atmosphere in this case. So you can clearly see these objects in the background. They are spherical objects, they are solid objects, and what it is interested, they like in a line pattern. Right, so I'll leave it up to you to make your own conclusion and opinions on this particular still. So again, I took the video away, analyzed it in DaVinci Resolve 20, latest version. I slow down the video, frame by frame, froze it and took a still, and that's what you're seeing here. You can enhance this further if you wish. You can run it through Upscale or any of the enhancing AI tools, and then it will give you a better resolution. But this is a fresh frozen still from DaVinci Resolve. It hasn't been enhanced at all, but definitely something is in the background. Food for thought. Okay, this is Jose's video, and let me tell you what happened that very day. Jose, a local man, he was with his friend wandering the fields around Alto Bonito's neighborhood with a metal detector. A metal detector he purchased from a company called Germany Company Laboratories. You see, Jose spends his spare time looking for ancient coins and hidden treasures in the Buga fields. So he was with his friend that day, and when they reached a place called Loma de la Cruz, there is a huge cross erected in the fields. When they reached Loma de la Cruz, they noticed an object flying in the sky, a spherical object. So Jose wanted to film it, but his phone was out of battery, so he asked his friend to do it for him. So his friend started recording this event, and this is the video, which is of very decent quality. This is what we're looking at right now. So his friend started filming, and they both saw the object. At some point, the object lose altitude and descend, and it descended within 50 meters from where they were actually. And Jose and his friend, they were really surprised. Jose was very hesitant in the beginning, but he was really excited about the experience, this unusual experience. So eventually he decided to go down the hill. He could see the object, and he decided to go and pick it up. And in this video you can see that sequence of events. Now he's going down the path. He located the sphere, the object. He could see it from here. He could see it from there, the metallic sphere, and he goes all the way down and carefully picked it up. So he takes the sphere home, and after a few minutes he started feeling nauseous. He felt like vomiting. And another thing he noticed was that when he tried to unlock his mobile phone with his finger, the fingertip wouldn't work for some reason, so he couldn't do it. So he kept the sphere for a couple of days, but he didn't know what to do with it. And basically he decided to phone up Germany.
Habla con cuidado. No la levantar todavía.
From the company up and
Cuidado.
say, look, this is what happened to me. Something fell from the sky.
¿Pesa mucho?
I don't really know what to do with it. So can you come down and take a look? So Germany representatives, David Velez, El Potro being the main one, they came down to his house and collected the sphere and took it to Germany's laboratories to have it checked out. So that's exactly what happened that day. That historic, it is a historic date because they managed to pick up the sphere, physical evidence of something that fell from the sky. Let's talk a little bit about Germany's company. Germany company manufactures static electricity digital detectors, electromagnetic field detectors, piezoelectric equipment, and in Colombia they are pioneers in the production of digital radiostasia equipment. When they got the sphere, they carried out various tests, including piezoelectric tests. They checked out the electromagnetic emissions, the fields. They did thermal conductivity tests, electrical conductivity, and they also checked the weight of the sphere. Some of these tests came out with interesting results. They indicated that the sphere was emitting from 80 to 120 megahertz, frequencies that are similar to those emitted by communication devices. When the sphere was exposed to a 400-degree torch, it didn't warm up, it didn't heat up at all. That was unusual. They put water on it, and all of a sudden the water evaporated. The weight fluctuated from about 1.5 to 2 kilograms when it was picked up by Jose, and then it went up to 6 kilograms, and then to 9.9, and then over to 10 kilograms. That was amazing. David Velez, el Potro, David Velez, acknowledged that initially they saw the potential to reverse engineer the sphere, to perhaps manufacture a powerful detector, and they actually wanted to drill a hole through the sphere to find out what was inside it, but they were advised not to do that because the potential dangers, health and safety. On 26th of March 2025, Germany company published the videos about the sphere and the tests they conducted. This was a good idea because it caused an outcry within the banking community. A lot of YouTube channels published videos ridiculing, and those videos were based on unfounded accusations, really. They were saying that this was just a publicity stunt. This didn't go down well with the company, with Germany company. They were approached by various organizations, wanted to have this sphere. David has come clean and publicly acknowledged that although initially they sought publicity through the videos, this was a mistake. And the sphere belongs to the world, and they no longer want to be associated with the sphere. Germany company, they don't want to be associated with the sphere at all. They have enough work, enough demand for the products, and they can hardly cope with this demand, so they don't need any publicity. They realized they were in possession of an extraordinary artifact that deserved being analyzed, being studied by the scientific community, because frankly, they didn't have sophisticated equipment to do more in-depth tests. So eventually, they handed over the sphere to Jaime Maussan, very famous Mexican reporter, who took it to Mexico, to a Mexican university, la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico, and that's where the sphere is being analyzed right now by a team of scientists, very famous scientists with a lot of experience. I mean that's a brief account of Germany company, and all the things around this video, this historical video. In this video, you see a couple of tests done on the sphere. These tests were done at Germany company's laboratory. So a couple of tests. The first one was the heat, the thermal test. Let me run the video for you. So the sphere was exposed to 400 degrees Celsius using this torch, and after doing so, they touched the sphere, and it wasn't hot at all. It didn't heat up. Then the second test, they proceeded to pour water on top of the sphere, and although the sphere was cold on the top section, the water evaporated. So this was really unusual. There you go. The girl is pouring water, and you could see water vapor emanating from the sphere. There you go. Cool. They're touching the sphere, and yeah, no heat, water still evaporating. Yeah. Cool. This video shows a very interesting test. This is actually using one of the devices, electromagnetic field detectors produced by the company, by Germany company, and it's in Spanish, so I'll try to translate as accurate as possible. Let's get started.
Bueno, les voy a explicar. Esto es un detector de campos electromagnéticos y esto se llama el reloj del Saurí. Tiene un brazalete que mide 150 frecuencias MHz de frecuencias de radiestesia y campos electromagnéticos.
Okay, so David is saying, look, what we have in here is a detector, is an electromagnetic detector, and this device has a bracelet. It's connected to a bracelet that measures or records, fields, electrical fields, electromagnetic fields, radio stasia, different megahertz, frequencies, and it's called the Saurí watch. That's what it is.
En este caso vamos a probar lo que son los campos electromagnéticos. Entonces la antena, donde hay un campo magnético fuerte, va a señalar.
So in this particular case, David is saying, what we're doing is we're trying to detect electromagnetic fields. So whenever the detector spots an emission of these fields, it will indicate so.
Simplemente pueden ser campos magnéticos pisoeléctricos o eléctricos. Entonces en este caso vamos a ver, él le quita el freno que es el dedo y miremos a ver qué va a hacer ella.
And those fields could be electromagnetic fields or piezoelectric fields. And let's activate the detector and see what it is going to do.
Ella automáticamente va a terminar señalando a la derecha. Va a terminar señalando siempre la frecuencia hacia el lado de allá.
So what the detector does is like automatically start spotting the emissions, and is going to signal where this emission is coming from.
Ahí fue.
Oh, this is nuts. This is crazy. It is detecting
emissions
when you get closer to the sphere. So it's asking the man, get closer.
Déjelo un rato ahí.
And he's asking the man to leave it there. And the detector is actually moving quicker because it is detecting something coming from the sphere.
Está mandando señales. Ella está mandando señales. Ella manda ondas. Mire, está mandando ondas, vea. Mire que se queda callada por ratos.
So David is saying, yeah, look, it's emitting waves, frequency, some kind of broadcasting, and look how it goes quiet, and then it starts emitting frequencies again. What's going on here?
Retírese. Mire, sigue dando vueltas, pero callado. Ahora acérquese otra vez.
So he's asked the man to move away, and then you could see that detector started moving slowly, and then he asked the man to come closer, and the detector started moving quicker and beeping.
Mírela, ahí tiene más fuerza.
It's getting stronger.
Esto lo que está haciendo es medir un campo electromagnético.
Un campo electromagnético y piso.
So you get Jaime Maussan now saying, explaining that what this is doing is actually measuring electromagnetic fields emission, which are coming from the sphere, from the north section of the sphere. It looks like that is really amazing. So clearly, using this detector, there's something coming from the sphere which is actually broadcasting something or reacting to the detector or trying to, say something. We don't really know, but this will come up in the results that in the test that the university is doing.